Hello everyone and welcome back to another Pixelmon tutorial. It might be raining here on the server, but we're going to talk a little bit today about something that I've had some questions about and I'm glad to answer, and that is EV training. EV stands for effort values, and in the main series game it is a way to manipulate how strong a Pokemon stat's going to be based on wild Pokemon battling. I'm going to go ahead and accept this TP real quick. So every time you catch a Pokemon in the wild is going to have 0 EVs, 0 effort values, and the command for that is /EVs and then the slot number. And for this example, we're going to first look at a Pokemon I just finished EV training, which is my my Excadrill. So if you look at my Excadrill here, it has a very perfect EV yield for what I want to do. 4 HP EVs, 252 attack, 0 defense, 2 special attack, which isn't ideal, but they don't matter because you have to have 4 in order for it to go to a stat. So 2 just does absolutely nothing. 0 special defense and 252 speed. So you can see it has 510 total effort values. You can have 510 effort values in a single Pokemon, which means it's 100% filled. You can have 252 in one stat. So no, you can't put 300, 400, 500 in a single stat. 252 is as much as it's going to go. And then you have about 6 points left over, so you usually just want to put 4 of those in a spare stat that's going to make it go up 1 point at level 100, and then the other 2 just don't matter at all. So, how do you EV train and how you determine what you want to EV train for? Well, it's pretty simple. You want to first choose the Pokemon you want to EV train. For example, today that is going to be my Gligar. So let's go ahead and hit EV6 for my Gligar. You'll see it at 0%, 00000. Okay, so it is a blank slate. I just caught this guy, and he actually has a really good nature, and his IVs aren't that bad either. It is Impish, which is exactly what I want. So, we want to put the EVs in this thing for HP and defense. The reason we're doing that is I want it to be as tanky as possible. I want to have a lot of hit points. I want its defense to be through the roof. And then the other spare stats, it doesn't really matter. Attack or special defense would probably be the best. Like, a special attack or speed isn't going to be good because it's already pretty slow. And we're not going to be using special attack. So it really doesn't matter, right? So there are a few key items that are really going to help us out here. Let's go ahead and place down my backpacks. This is going to be some of the items that are going to help us. These are power items, and the power items affect how EVs react to on a Pokemon. So the power weight will increase its EVs yield by 6 every time it's in a battle, but it slows it. Power bracer increases the attacked EV yield by 6, but slows it. Power belt is defense. Power lens is special attack. Power band is special defense. And power anklet is speed. And yet again, they all slow down the Pokemon while it is holding the item, but increases the EV yield on that item. This does not work through the experience share, so keep that in mind, but that is one way that you can do it. Another really useful item is going to be the experience share. The experience share shares experience, and it also shares EV. So if we're battling with my Rayquaza, and we're battling a Pokemon like Rattata, Rattata's highest stat is speed, its base stat is speed, right? So if we battle this, all the Pokemon that are wearing this experience share are going to gain 1 speed EV if there is a slot of open EVs for them. So keep that in mind when you're using the experience share. It could be giving your Pokemon the wrong EVs that you want, so keep that in mind. But for this example, we're going to be EV training this Gligar. These guys are already fully EV trained, so it won't matter. And let's go out and find a Pokemon that's going to drop an HP or defense EV. Alright, here is a Shuckle. Shuckle gives defense EVs, usually, even though its special defense and its defense are pretty high. So let's go ahead and send out Rayquaza, and it should be able to basically one-shot it. Yep, there we go. And then we get to Shulker Shells, which is always a bonus, right? They give us these nice backpacks or shulker boxes. And then if we now check the EVs of Gligar, you'll see that it gave 1 defense and 1 special defense EVs. I forget, because it's tied, it technically gives a point in both. So Shuckle, not ideal because we don't really want that special defense EV, although it's not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and try a Pokemon like Phanpy. And if you're not sure, you can always test it like I'm getting ready to do, because you do have 2 or 3 spare points. They aren't going to make that big of a difference. And you also can check online for Phanphi's highest stat. If I go online and search Phanphi base stats and look at its highest stats, it'll say, okay, its base HP is, you know, insert base HP here, 60 or something like that. It's probably closer to 60 or 40. So then if we check our EVs here, you'll see that it gave us 2 HP EVs. So Phanphi's highest stat is HP, so that you now know that you can go around and defeat Phanphi's for that HP EV stat. Keep in mind you can only put 252 in a stat, and that'll be its max stat. And ideally, we'd get our Gligar strong enough so that it could battle these guys by itself, and then we would pair the power item that we would want with it. So we're EV training for HP right now. We take the power weight, give it the power weight, and then we'd battle, you know, our Phanphi or whatever Pokemon that we're trying to get those stats. Let's go ahead and find another one. Nothing is cooperating with the spawn, so for the sake of demonstration, let's go ahead and use this Whismur. I'm not sure what they give, but it should be HP or defense or special defense or something like that, because Whismur isn't that strong of a Pokemon. It's only level 15, and then we would use Poison Sting. Okay, it did get poison, but this is going to still take a minute. Let me just go ahead and defeat this. Alright, and so it gave us that item, and then we're able to check our EVs again, and you'll see that oh, we switched slots, that's right. So EV's 1. Okay, so you see there, our HP jumped way up, so Whismur gives HP 2, but this time it went up by a lot because of the power item. So, use the combination of power items and manipulating wild Pokemon battles, you can raise your Pokemon's EVs pretty quickly, and once you get it maxed out, you can go ahead and level it up. For example, my Muck here is full of HP and attack, and a few points and some other things, and then now I'm just leveling up to level 100. Of course, here on Pixelmon, we're able to change the levels for battles and do kind of custom battles, or set everything's levels to like level 50 or something like that. Really quickly, I want to mention 2 things that can really help you out when you're EV training, and one of them is something called Pokerus. Okay, so if we go to summary this guy here, you'll see PKRS. Pokerus is a disease that infects a Pokemon by attacking a wild Pokemon or another Pokemon with Pokerus, and it doubles the amount of EVs that you get. It usually only lasts for 24 game hours, or at least in standard Pokemon, or even less than that. Sometimes it can last longer than that. There are different strains of Pokerus. It's basically RNG, but all you need to know is if someone on your server has it, then you can get it. And I don't think it's too hard to get in Pixelmon, because I managed to get it by myself by battling wild Pokemon, and it does spread between the Pokemon on your team. So you'll be able to see most of my team has it, which is pretty handy. Another way you can EV train is using something like this. This is a boss tower that my server built, and the server built it with these spawners and with these Pokemon spawning, and we do this so that we can EV train very easily. You'll see the Pokemon are super low level, yet they give a high EV yield, and so this is a customs battle area that my server set up just to make EV training a little bit easier. Hopefully this video helped you. If you want to play here on the Dragon SMP, check them out online at dragonsmp.net, and I'll catch you guys in the next Pixelmon video.